Thank you very much for that, Carrix. Marby, are you excited to see Miss Lady Queen of the Underworld, Renata Glask, lose her first ever competitive game in the Vietnamese setting?
It's very possible. I do like this Volibear pick pretty much for that reason. Give yourself a little bit of an early game pressure from the jungle that can try and capitalize with this Jin Karma to try and shut down the Renata and just try and farm her. Of course, Celebrity's going to be a little bit more difficult to get on top of, especially once that level 6 comes through, but Renata, that's a very immobile champion, as early position in the bush should work out well for SBTC. They have a very good early trading pattern with that E coming out from Renata. Those missiles providing the shield plus the damage. Does a little bit more than what B can provide. Who only gets to pick one?
Now, I'm just trying to remember what Renata abilities are called. I do remember some of them, but let's see if I can remember them all as this game progresses. Nice little sidestep from B there.
I know Polite has, the Q is handshake, I'm fairly sure.
Yes, that is correct. Yep. Hostile takeover is the ult. Bailout is the W. And
big rocket launcher is the E. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what the E's called now. I think it begins with a T. Anyway.
Well, program apparently.
I'll just ignore it. We'll just call it the missiles for this game.
Anyway.
So loyalty program. Thank you, Carrix.
Yeah, so should become very fun to see. A bit of an early push coming in from the side of GAM. Able to push that wave a little bit with the help of the Karma, and lots of actually early pressure coming in this mid lane as we see Cardi getting a good bit of trade damage down onto 2T, forcing him back. But I'm really excited to look towards the towards what Paulette can do. He's gone for the area alongside this whatever it's called. Wow. Root. I forgot the support item. Fantastic. I played support for years. Anyway.
Spell Thief's Edge.
The not Spell Thief's Edge. The other one. Targon's Bracer.
Targon's Bracer.
Relic Shield. Thank you. I can't believe I forgot that. Yeah, so a bit of a mix-up coming in. Going for a little bit more pressure. She can combine with the Airy on Celebrity for poke. And top lane's off to a fantastic start.
Something, Jace is stronger than Gwen early game, but Kiaya getting the kill nonetheless. Also, while all of that was happening, Levi was actually able to invade into Spot's jungle, courtesy of the lane priority that Style MB had been able to achieve, and as a result, he's now got a nice, juicy 10 CS lead over Spot's Hecarim.
Actually, Enpa not even flashing away from Kiais, who did burn the ghost, so just getting the drop on him. And this invade is gonna put up to a nice lead from Levi. Flash did have to be blown from Cardi though, so that is a vulnerable option for Spot to try and attack. And when they actually get to see what happens here, just Enpa over pushing, not respecting the return from Kiaya, I suppose.
Oh, okay.
Definitely not respecting that. Fantastic, and SBTC going to just have to try and make do with the top lane not going great. They do get to scale comfortably with the triple tier, so early game power kind of gets denied there. That's 1,200 gold across the board invested into not very much at this stage.
You say scaling, I say they're preparing to lose 3-0 and the tiers are already flowing.
Potentially top side, that's how it feels, but Celebrity and Paulette, small CS lead at the moment, but the pressure from this lane should continue to grow as more and more AD gets built on the side of Celebrity lethality as well. And Paulette, she's going to be trying to do their best to try and trade back poke with B, try and keep Celebrity safe, who should be doing most of the heavy lifting realistically in terms of the poke actually. And I was just waiting for something to break open. Levi's just hanging out in his jungle, not really getting active into the lanes, but neither is Spot. But there's nothing on the map for Spot to really take, so maybe this is the opportunity with Carti being not having flash. Relatively low on mana as well.
So, I've got a question for you, Darby.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think is the biggest Renata counter statistically speaking in League of Legends?
I don't know. I would imagine something that can just sort of... I feel like Yasuo or Braum that just blocks her ult feels right, but I don't know.
Okay, I'm talking about support.
Probably gonna die. So then Braum?
It's actually Soraka. I don't know how. I would have thought it'd be Tom Kench actually, but Renata's got a pretty good win rate against the TK.
Spot just stepping out of the brush a little bit early means he can't actually pull off that sort of counter gank onto Levi. Solo kill in the mid lane. This time for SBTC.
Okay, and we've got aggression happening in the bottom lane. The heal dropped down. Blade Quarter will lock style in place, and no more action will come through. But one kill to one with 2T pulling that kill back in the mid lane.
Both heals coming out from the side of the ADCs, but it's flash for Ignite across the support, so that's a good win for the side of GAMers.
Oh, okay, Kiaya.
Okay.
This is why we call Kiaya the best top in the VCS.
And this is why Gwen has been basically permabanned across all regions. She's just absolutely
How does Kati lose this?
Runs out of mana. He just can't continue to trade, and 2T's got half a mana bar left and half a health bar, and Kati can't continue to fight.
You know what that was from Kati? That's the equivalent of trying to hold a party and then realizing you've got no friends to invite.
That's... Yeah, I thought we were going with along the lines of you forgot to buy crisps or something, but no, just no friends.
Okay, so Mama, I've got to go into that. Are you a big fan of crisps or something? Is crisps your go-to for a party? Like, no crisps, no party.
I mean, I feel it's something important to have. I guess it depends on the type of party as B makes his way into the mid lane. It's not going to matter too much as 2T can just zoop on out of there with that passive. Just catch B on over the wall as well. Just very happy, and Palette's gonna be looking to try and match. As Rift Herald spawns, it's Levi first at the punch, and this is just gonna be a pretty quick pickup for GAM, and they can look to blow open this top lane even more. Or I would like to see it go towards the mid lane, just try and put some gold onto your Victor, and realistically try and extend that top lane phase as long as you can, because Kiaya is smashing it up there. Not so much in CS, but realistically 5 CS down for 2 kills. Absolutely perfect. You're fine with that, as a dragon will be traded in spot.
Yeah, Rift Herald for Drake, and Levi maybe could have made his way down straight from the Rift Herald to try to contest it, but no need to. It's only the first Drake of the game. And right now, Spot finding himself trailing by, well, 25 CS on Levi, although that'll drop ever so slightly, possibly, as he picks up the Raptor Camper from Levi. And now, speaking of Levi, he's looking towards the top lane.
Okay, so actually it's just completely having a different philosophy from me. Wants to try and drop this down, accelerate this Gwen even further. Completely viable option. Enper is readed this completely and has backed all the way off. Wants absolutely nothing to do with it. Gonna probably just try and shock blast to get some creeps, but...
Oh, Levi! That's dirty from Levi.
And the thumbs up, just to rub it in.
That was a very good play. So now Levi goes in. He disables the tower, but Spot is here as well.
Go flash.
Still has that unstoppable onslaught available. Now TUT reporting in with the Realm Warp. Kiaya is just stuck in a 1v3. Levi running, but 2T going to try to outplay this guy. Splits, drops down by some time, but not enough. Kiaya gets 1 kill. Can he get more? He's looking towards Spot. 2T has to be careful as well, because Kiaya can easily pick up a triple kill. And 2T will decide against the play. Somehow, GAM, or I should say Kiaya, makes it a 1-for-1.
Yeah, it turns out as a 1-for-1. Levi does get forced back and can't actually drop the Rift Herald though, but this works out fine.
Yeah, hostile takeover. It doesn't really do much early on.
It doesn't do anything because it catches Style after that 4th shot has been fired, so Style spends the whole time reloading. Just Palette being caught out in the 2v2. And,
The only thing that ult did is just mean that Stahl was able to reload quicker so that he can then auto minions again faster after the kill.
He reloaded extremely angrily, and a lot of back and forth trading, but this slow on the Mantra Q is just huge.
What was that flash? What was that flash style?
I guess he was probably dodging something from Celebrity. I didn't get quite a good look, but yeah, he just gets to reload angrily. That is what all Style had got out. All Palette got out of that ultimate as an angry reload from Style. Good plays across the map, and yeah, it's really just GAM winning across. Well, but basically winning in these side lanes. The jungle as well is going well for them, even with that death onto Levi, as they've picked up that one objective. They've absolutely massacring the farm lead. He's got 90 CS, and it was really only that one invade that came through. So I don't know where Levi's finding this farm again. Where is it? Is he taking NPs this game?
Well, he's been getting it from somewhere. Narnia. He's got a little portal, takes him to Narnia. He goes in, he finds some nice juicy camps, he takes them, comes back out. No one sees a thing. Everyone unsuspecting. That's how pro junglers get their CS leads in the jungle, 100%.
Yeah, and we find the ability to plop the Rift Herald into the mid lane. And this is a lot of gold funneled into the Victor. Already picked up this Leandris. Don't know if I love that. Don't know if I love the choice personally. It should be fine overall. There's a pretty hefty front line to bust through, and going up against Into the Tank Rise, it should be fine. But I have to see how.
Oh, Levi? Okay, never mind. He did fail that ult though.
Yeah, did flub it, but it's not going to hurt too much in the end. Good, which is good to see. He gets to continue. He gets to keep vibing and doing his little bear thing. And this bot lane has completely stalled out. They were not able to get that big lead that they were hoping for. It's only a 9 CS lead. And yeah, this.
I'm sorry. I'm going to be honest, but in what world is Renata going to get a lead over a Karma?
Ideally, the one where you're paired with a Xayah.
You mean the Xayah that starts with a tier?
The Xayah that has a lot of base damage on that Q poke, for sure. I don't know. I expected either at least a bit more attention coming up from Spot, but once again, Spot has been completely absent from the game. Realistically, he's made a move into the Dragon, and he was at that top lane play where it got traded back 1-for-1. But beyond that, he hasn't done much.
No. It's been a bit of a tricky game. A tricky series, really, for Spot. Our second Drake off the game is up. We do have a Cloud and Levi looking for a play. Feather Storm drop down. The curtain call as well. Chaos Storm here. And Spot taking to half health. Same for Levi. Deadly Flourish won't lock anyone in place. Handshake actually just pulls Carti closer to SBTC as Kiaya now joining into the fray. Death Ray does work, and B picks up the kill with the Inner Flame. And GAM get one kill, and GAM will be able to pick up the Drake as well.
Yeah, it does. They do call Kiaya down, so this does give Emperor a little bit of an opportunity to buy back some gold in the form of turret. Oh, it doesn't even have plates. Plates are down, so it's just a bit of tower damage. It's not really doing all that much for the Jace. As it's actually just domination as the block is stuffed by the Deadly Flourish.
Yeah, and Levi didn't even know that I think Palette was there, so I think that was a bit of a luck for Levi. But then again, we are talking about Levi, so I don't know if it can ever be called luck. But now with Levi, or pardon me, with Style. Levi is on the bottom side, and this is going to give GAM enough time to pick up their second tower of the game, as the outer tower in the bottom lane will fall.
You can look to just sort of stand up shop in this mid lane with the Jhin and Karma, and just sort of keep playing around these objectives, move up, take this Rift Herald. They're going to be a little bit slow to it, perhaps, because they have to find the reset. But with the strength of Kiaya, I don't think SBTC should really be feeling all that comfortable starting it up themselves. Granted, trying to 1v3 as the Gwen could go badly for them, but He's sitting comfortable on that Rift Maker with the with that 300 gold bounty sitting on his head, so he should be a little bit of a... He doesn't want to be too aggressive and give up any opportunities for SBTC. But he is actually just going to grab this tower because Gwen gets to do that.
I really like the plated steel caps pickups from the members of GAM, as you mentioned, Kiai will get this tower. He's just going to let the outer tower, though, finish off some of his minions, deny some further gold and experience away from Enper. And right now, GAM don't have to really push for anything. There's nothing up on the map. The Rift Herald is available. They'll take that. But aside from that, it's just push in waves. Don't give away any kills. Maybe see if you can find a pick onto SBTC somewhere or other.
Yeah, they can't really convert on the bot side either because Cardi gets to walk down, instantly delete the wave. But 2T's going to try and make something happen. But he's not actually able to do so. He's actually fallen a little bit behind Carti right now in terms of power. Based off having to stop off on that tier, but if he brings help...
Well, he does have help. A 2v2 teleport in from Kiai maybe could help to turn things around. UT incredibly low, and the curtain call will find a slow onto spot as well, which just makes things even easier for Kiai, who picks up a rather comfortable double kill.
Yeah, and this is just going to lead into the second Rift Herald. How much value can we get out of this one? They've been reducing each time. First time was Nexus turret, second time was just Inhibitor turret. I feel like we're going to get fairly similar to second time results. Yeah, they don't quite have the ability to... Oh, they can't even push that tower down. This is the most disappointing Herald of the season.
Honestly, even Ego did better Herald back in Winter Split.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that.
It confused the enemy, and confusion is a very powerful skill. Anyone who's played Pokemon knows how annoying that ability is.
Absolutely, and it does seem SBTC are a little bit confused. They don't have anything on the map, and once again, we are sort of seeing absolute dominance at a pre-20-minute mark. So there's not even like... There's just this downtime where we have to wait for the Baron to come up and as a sort of option to force fights to happen. And can we find picks? Can we find avenues of gold to get back into the pockets of SBTC? Spot is just wandering around, not really doing a hell of a lot. And Cardi is playing very safe, but what we saw when like GAM had downtime and they weren't able to... They weren't really looking for much. They were just playing aggressive and trying to make dives happen. And SBTC, you kind of need to do that. You kind of need to go for a lower percentage play. Sure, you might have a bit of trouble trying to dive the Victor, but if you can, even if you trade 1-for-1, that's actually still good for you because you're the team that's behind, and gold for you is slightly more useful than gold for them, especially if you can grab a shutdown bounty on someone like a Kiai or a Style. But as it is, SBTC are just sitting still and not really making anything happen.
You know, usually... Oh, actually, Style might get caught out by the teleport. Being channeled by Carti just makes SBTC back off straight away. Deadly Flourish will root Emperor in place. Does it buy enough time? Soulflare gets a further slow. Now the curtain call as well. Fancy feet time. Emperor flashes. He'll take one and... what? Emperor, why did you walk back into the curtain call? Carti's able to pick up the kill. Featherstorm drop down. Kiai goes over the wall, now looking to snip onto Celebrity, flashes away and out to safety. Meanwhile, I think, did a Drake get secured? Because all of a sudden the rift just changed.
Drake's just spawned. It's, interesting. Yeah, I guess
yeah,
something just delayed.
What?
Yeah, I think the filter just came in late or something. Spectator doing a little bit
I've never seen anything that weird because I was like, yeah, okay. That was weird.
Because map changes as soon as second dragon is taken, so...
Yeah.
Anyway, they're going to pick up this for free. Controlling that bot side jungle thanks to pretty much just aggression from Cardi being able to finalize that kill. And yeah, just putting out so much damage, even if it doesn't actually convert into a kill, it's still pressure on the map. It still takes the enemies off, and that means you get to just reset and feel extremely comfortable. Now, Baron is actually in play, so this should be the next focus for GAM. They have pretty okay damage if they can bring Kiaya in, but they are kind of lacking without him.
Would this be the first? No, we got one Baron in the previous game. Now, Carty just buying time. Oh, look at that Death Squad that is making their way up. 2T, well, the Realm Warp got cancelled because the Chaos Storm does that. It acts as a momentary silence. And, well, that is a 2T who is dead. And now maybe an angle for GAM to take the Baron. Usually I like to say, okay, SBTC, maybe they can try to scale, get into this, but you're talking about a 5-0 Gwen for Kiaya. A victor as well. You're not outscaling that.
Yeah, the Gwen is just absolutely terrifying right now, and you can't really fight into that perfectly. However, clumped up in the Baron Pit, if they can get a good ultimate from Paulette, they could just make GAM do the damage to themselves. But GAM are actually aware of it. They don't really want to risk the fight into this ultimate. So they're gonna just pull away. Just testing right now. They don't really quite have the damage to push it through quite yet. So this gives a little bit of a reprieve to SBTC as it's wasted time, wasted tempo from the side of GAM.
And I do like the fact that GAM aren't overly pressing. They're taking their time. They know that they can just wait. They can get sold. There's nothing that SBTC can do. The worst thing that GAM could do is to play too aggressive and give away bounties and give SBTC a way back into this game.
So, again, we are going to keep playing this dance because there's not really much else to go for, unless you're looking to try and set up some sort of pick. I wouldn't mind seeing like Levi lurk around this spot lane, try and help Gwen.
Well, the focus resolve, a lock spot down. He's forced to use the onslaught of shadows to get out to safety. And none of the curtain call bullets will land. It just gives GAM an opportunity to establish control in the top side jungle once again. And Kiaya teleporting in. Baron started for GAM.
That's the jungler sort of forced to sort of retreat and try and find some more health and get back in. So this is an option for GAM. They feel spots off the map, so they're not really checking. But he's here. He has the he has the ability to go in.
Oh! Twice for the Baron! Are you kidding me? Hostile takeover drop, but 2T will fall. Oh, 2T, take a bow. How did he steal that? We need to see a replay.
Absolutely saves the play, and now it's Baron on 4. They can try and push back these waves, try and take these structures that have bounties on top of them. And if they can grab this extra gold, that's huge. And
oh, how low did it? I didn't even see how low it went. Thank you, observers.
So it got to like 500 or something around that off of a timed shock blast from Emperor. They timed that burst well, and it's actually what secures it over the smite. It actually just... They weren't expecting that extra bit of burst to come out were GAM, so they weren't timing it correctly. They weren't prepared to drop the smite.
A rune prison to steal the Baron away, and this just buys some time for SBTC Esports. This is what I was talking about GAM couldn't do. This is the one thing they had to not do, give stuff over to SBTC, but they find a slimmer of hope and they grab it with both hands. In fact, you know, they're doing some full-on monkey stuff there. They're grabbing it with both hands and both feet.
Yeah, they grabbed it. They are not going to let go, but it's going to come to a head again in a minute with this dragon coming back up. I mean, SBTC can absolutely just let it go and just try and find overload onto a side wave, try and pressure this top wave in, try and find some gold back through the turrets in exchange for this dragon. It's going to be soul point for sure, but you don't really want to try and lose the fight around that. You don't want to risk that. So I think just trying to send more people into the top lane. Don't let Kiaya just comfortably freeze the lane out.
10 kills to 3. Honestly, SBTC do have a Baron, but that doesn't change anything in this. All it does is that it means that GAM can't break open the base right now.
Yeah, it slows down GAM, for sure.
GAM just have to wait until they get Mountain Soul. Maybe wait for Elder, but this game doesn't fall away from them. Sure, they might lose their incredible lead, but they're still going to be strong in the later stages of the game. That being said, if you are an SBTC fan, you can hold on to that hope. And you can just hope and wait.
And they can't even break this tower. They sent the Hecarim, who can't walk up and touch it. If they sent the Jason alongside, they could have potentially broken the tower and been a bit more threatening, tried to get some gold back into it. As it is, they get nothing off the Baron buff. They don't even get a single outer tower, and this is just, yeah, we see that GAM, despite losing that Baron, did not lose control. They kept they kept the game completely under wraps. They kept the waves shoved. They let a little tower damage go through because of the Baron push, but Kiaya comfortable to just stand up and clear the wave in a 1v2. There's very little that SBTC felt that they could do into him.
And I do just want to clarify, that Baron for SBTC was never going to turn the game around. They were never going to get more gold. It just stops GAM from snowballing this game and breaking their base open. And that's all that they could hope for, considering the deficit that they were at.
The Siege is going to come out now, and it's pretty good from the side of GAM. You've got good shove, you've got good auto attack damage onto the tower, because Style only really needs to walk up and auto once or twice. And on the top side, once again, it's the menace. Gwen cannot be stopped. Gwen is immune to everything. What are you gonna do? Send more people to kill her? She'll just trade it back. I've seen it before.
Gwen is immune. GAM seem to be immune to losing a game in this series as well. And SBTC, I think, might almost need a miracle if they want to come back in. 10k gold down. And a lot of that gold is sitting on Kiaya's Gwen, already hitting such a strong point. 27 minutes into this game. Carti may be overextending, but Levi and B could look to turn towards him. But can Carti be burst down in time? He goes a golden curtain call drop, flashes away Rune Prison to lock Carti down, but Levi now showing up to the play. Sky Splitter drops down the ultimate, good flash out of spots, devastating charging. Kiaya shows up, picks up the kill, now looking for 2T. Blade Caller's able to lock Kiaya in place, but nothing more comes of it. Just the one kill going the way of GAM, and SBTC, they tried to unload everything to get a kill onto Carti, but unsuccessful. And for the first time in this game, the base will be cracked open. I say the first time in this game, you can only crack a base open once.
Yeah, and honestly, that was a bait from Carti, but regardless, he still absolutely should have been dead there. Because he kind of dropped that ward over the wall and saw Spot racing towards him. He was aware of the setup, it feels. But just, yeah, he's actually able to survive the whole thing thanks to the Zhonyas, and there's just not quite enough damage on the side of 2T going for this tank build yet. He chunks him down to half, but yeah, the flash is able to come through. There's not enough damage able to come out. And with Karma there to settle it as well. Yeah, and then Kiaya, he has damage.
Yeah, he's got a lot of damage. And Celebrity. Also, did you see the hostile takeover landing onto Carti and then Carti auto-attacking B and doing about 2 damage?
Yeah, if you have to auto-attack anyone with the empowered auto-attack, you might as well make it your tank. Do the least amount of damage possible. That's the best way to do it. And yeah, overall, the Paulette has been very quiet. His ultimates haven't been very impactful at all. And just Renata.
In fairness to Paulette, I don't think anyone could make Renata's ults useful right now in this game. I don't think there's been an opportunity for Paulette to actually do anything. Like, you can only Style and Kiaya could do something, and hitting either of them is going to be very difficult.
Yeah, the easiest option would be Kiaya, but Kiaya is kind of being on a solo man mission. So if you try and drop the ult onto them, you're not going to be hitting anyone else. But if Kiaya, I don't know, if you can get Kiaya to chew through Levi, that's a good start. That's a good start to your team fight. Unfortunately, it's not a good start to their base, as all 3 inhibitor towers have been cracked. The inhibitors are next on the menu, as yeah, they took the Baron along the way, and now they're...
Bot looks for Carti. Carti goes gold, and the hostile takeover drop down, but Paulette 4th shotted. and will fall. Emperor forced out of his own base as the mid lane inhibitor falls. 2T goes golden, but he's got 4 members of GAM right on top of him. There is no way out for the Rise. Emperor trying to stop the minion wave for him, pushing in through the mid lane, but guess what? There's a minion wave in the top lane, and GAM will look towards that. They'll take down the final inhibitor of the game, and the pincer of super Baron-empowered minions crash in from the bottom lane, along with the Baron-empowered minions from the top lane. They look to Celebrity. Celebrity goes up, and Celebrity will not come down. GAM take the win, GAM take the series, and GAM will play against Saigon Buffalo in the SEA